Hello everyone. Well, we're all very sad that we can't meet together at the moment, but we can still have our Bible story this way. Our story today is about a time when Jesus was with his friends, but he was asleep, and they became quite afraid and then quite scared, and so they woke him up and asked him to help. So we're going to open the book and have our story, Storm on the Lake. It was a perfect day. The sky was blue, the lake too, and a gentle breeze whipped the wave tips, white and foamy. Jesus sat at the side of the lake and talked to the people about God.
God is your Father. He dresses the flowers in beautiful colours. He makes sure the birds have enough to eat. But you are his sons and his daughters. Don't you think he can clothe and feed you too? So trust him and stop worrying your lives away.
When Jesus had finished teaching, he was tired. So he called his closest friends, and together they piled into a boat and set off across the lake for home. Jesus yawned. He stretched. He laid his head down, and to the rhythm of the waves and the rocking of the boat, he fell asleep. So, wherever you're sitting or standing, just think what it would have been like on the boat on that quiet evening, just rocking from side to side. Can you do that? That's what it would have been like. Very restful. It might have been forwards and backwards, but probably from side to side. And as the boat rocked from side to side, Jesus fell asleep. And then suddenly the day was not so perfect. The sky turned black, the lake too, and a wild wind stirred the waves up tall and stormy. So let's be the wind. It started off really gentle, something like this. Can you do that? Just rippling the water a little bit, making the sails ripple, and then it got bigger. And then even bigger breaths. And the waves were going over the boat, and the boat was being tossed to the right and to the left and up and down and all over the place. Nobody could stand still, and the disciples were really scared. The boat rocked to the right, it rocked to the left. It rocked so hard that Jesus' friends were sure they were all going to drown. But Jesus slept right through it. Jesus! His friends called at last. Jesus! Wake up! We're going to drown! So Jesus woke up. Then he sat up. Then he rubbed his eyes and he stood up. It was all anyone else could do to stay on their feet. But Jesus stood up. And then, very calmly, he said to the wind,
Quiet now.
And he said to the waves,
Settle down.
and they did. Then Jesus turned to his friends and said,
You didn't need to be frightened. You didn't have to worry. All you had to do was trust me. See, everything is calm.
And so it was. The sky was blue, the lake too, and the little waves splashed happily at the side of the boat. It was a perfect day again. So, in that story, Jesus' friends were very frightened, weren't they? Very worried by the storm. But Jesus kept them safe. Do you ever worry about things? I do. So, let's close our eyes for a moment and think about things that make us worried or even afraid. So now I'm going to say a prayer and you listen to it, and if you'd like it to be your prayer too, say Amen at the end. Dear God, when we are worried or afraid and there's no one to talk to, help us to remember that you are with us and that we are never alone. Amen. Maybe you would like to do a picture or a drawing from the story today. You could perhaps do the boat when it was just rocking gently from side to side on the lake. Or you could do the boat in the big waves when the wind was blowing so strongly. Or you could do Jesus standing up in the boat and telling the storm to be still. And for the older children, maybe you could write a title or even a prayer under your picture. And I would love to see them. Perhaps you could get whoever is looking after you to take a picture of your picture and send it to me. Make sure you're not in the picture and send it to me, Susie, at the St. Luke's office. And this is the email address. Don't forget, send me your picture and perhaps we'll share the best ones. Bye!